Some of you here, you've been downsized. You lost your job. When you started this year, God spoke so powerfully about the year, and by now you've lost your job. You are just sitting down here saying, Apostle, I don't even know. Among the many things you should not tell yourself is never tell yourself you're a failure, simply because where you get up and go to every 6 to 5 decided to send you away, and you carry this treasure that you are called and say you are a failure, simply because nothing around your life actually makes you a success or a failure. It is a definition of your perception, especially when it has to do with fulfillment. If we don't teach this, let me tell you, you see this thing called ritual killing is only at its infancy. You will start seeing people do unbelievable things because society has defined a narrative. If I am 25 years old and I cannot buy a Jeep and stay in a mansion, I'm a failure. If we sell that narrative, let me tell you, the generation coming will surprise us. You will see witchcraft at levels you have never seen before, because the obsession to show. Preachers, we have to be careful. Respectfully speaking, the reason why you see many people getting under pressure, especially younger ministers, going everywhere to receive laying on of hands, going to go and do all kinds of demonic things. Do you know why? Because we have sold a narrative. If there is a crowd here down to the basement, overflow, there are posters everywhere. There's the protocol walking with you. Apostle Joshua Selman, you are so successful. And a young man will be watching and say, my life must be like this. I give myself until now to September. And God is saying, son, you have peace. Be patient, I'm working on you. And you say, no, my colleagues have gone. Be careful with this colleague thing. My colleagues have gone ahead of me. They now have houses. I am here. Your destiny is not the same. God is building and making something out of you. And can I tell you, let me give you a kind advice. If you're part of social media groups that sell some of this nonsense to you and they start torturing your peace, can you go out of that thing? Go out of it immediately. It's not by force. Give yourself peace. Don't look at your cloth and say, my own cloth is 500 naira until I start buying clothes of 1 million. Who told you that? Show me the verse and the scripture. No. Again, I will repeat, I'm not teaching you mediocrity. I'm showing you the pathway to genuine fulfillment. Can I tell you, little with peace is much. You don't know the worth of peace until your days are wrapping up. When you are not somebody who has the time limited, you may not see how expensive peace is. At the end of your life, there are only 2 things you will be remembered for: the problems you caused or the ones you solved. Let me repeat it. At the end of your life, there are only 2 things that you will be remembered for: the problems you caused, the joy you took out of lives, the mockery, the heads of people you joined together, the pain you brought for people, or the fact that you stretched yourself and did your very best. Maybe you did not do everything, but that you did something. I made up my mind. It is not my goal to do everything and solve everybody's problem in this life. That's a futile venture. But I made up my mind that for as long as I have breath, I will do the best that I can to help anyone and everyone who can experience Jesus in and through my life. I will do my best. As I travel to the nations and do everything I need to do, I do it because I love Jesus. I do it because I love you. However, it is a revelation that I've given myself, that while I do the many things that I do, I will guard the peace of God jealously. It is the one asset I have, not the building, not the clothes, none of those things. You are going to pray. We have 2 prayer points this night, and then I make an altar call. The first prayer point, listen carefully, the first prayer point is going to be an answer to Genesis 37:15. Wallowing around the field, what seekest thou? I tell you what you are going to tell the Lord you are looking for. Lord, I confess that I need the cars and the houses. I need the promotion, the visas. I confess that I need the political positions. But there is one thing I'm asking you, that above and beyond these things you give me, let me find fulfillment. Fulfillment is what I am really looking for. Lift your voice and pray. Pray for the grace and the wisdom for fulfillment, more than results and more than success. Cry from the depth of your heart, koinonia. Fulfillment. Fulfillment. Please pray.